Ayman never believed in love at first sight, but when she met Zion, something shifted inside her. He wasn't just charming. He had a way of making her feel like the only woman in the world. Their connection was instant, intense, and undeniable. What started as casual conversations in college soon turned into long walks, late-night calls, and stolen glances across crowded rooms. Zion knew exactly how to make her heart race. He remembered the little things, her favorite coffee order, the way she tucked her hair behind her ear when she was nervous, the songs she hummed absent-mindedly. He wasn't just her boyfriend, he was her best friend, her safe place, her future. 3 years passed, and their love only grew stronger. Everyone around them saw it, how they looked at each other, how they laughed at inside jokes no one else understood. Ayman often caught herself daydreaming about their future. Maybe a cozy little apartment, weekend getaways, a simple yet beautiful life together. She never doubted that one day, Zion would get down on one knee and ask her to be his forever. But love makes you blind. Looking back, she wondered why she ignored the small signs, the messages he quickly swiped away, the times he suddenly became too busy, the late replies followed by half-hearted excuses. She had asked him once, only half joking, if he was hiding something. He had smiled, pulled her close, and whispered, "Ayman, you're my everything. Don't ever doubt that." And she didn't. That evening, she decided to cook his favorite meal. They hadn't spent quality time together in a while, and she wanted to remind him how much he meant to her. When he arrived, he greeted her with the same warm smile that had always made her heart flutter. They ate, they laughed, and for a moment, everything felt like it used to. Perfect. She got up to clean the dishes, and he playfully insisted she let them be. "Relax, Ayman. Just sit with me." But she shook her head, chuckling. "Give me 5 minutes. I'll be right back." As she walked toward the bathroom, she felt content. Love was about trust, and she trusted him completely. The water ran over her hands as she stared at her reflection. She smiled to herself, thinking about how lucky she was. Zion was here, with her, and nothing else mattered. She reached for the towel, but then, something made her pause. A sound. Faint. Almost nothing. But enough to make her heartbeat quicken. She shook her head. Maybe it was just the wind outside or the apartment settling. She took a deep breath, brushed off the uneasy feeling, and stepped out. Her eyes instinctively moved toward the living room, expecting to see him waiting for her. But he wasn't there. The space where he had been sitting was empty. Her stomach tightened. Maybe he had gone to grab his phone. Maybe he was in the kitchen. But then she saw it. Her bedroom door was slightly open. Her footsteps were light, almost hesitant. A part of her already knew that something wasn't right, that something was about to break inside her. She reached for the door, pushed it open just a little more. And there she was. A woman. A stranger. Standing in her bedroom, hurriedly fixing her hair, her clothes. Ayman's world stopped. The air in her lungs vanished. Her hands felt cold, her body frozen in place. Zion turned, eyes wide, face pale. He looked like a man who had been caught in a nightmare of his own making. "Ayman." His voice was shaky, unsure, guilty. The woman looked between them, awkward, ashamed, but silent. The silence was suffocating. Ayman's voice came out in barely a whisper. "Who is she?" Zion opened his mouth, closed it, then swallowed hard. "It's not what you think. Not what she thought." Her mind raced, trying to make sense of what she was seeing, but the truth was right there, undeniable. The bed, slightly disheveled. The way the woman avoided her gaze. The sheer panic in Zion's expression. Ayman felt something inside her crack. Something deep, something irreparable. "Not what I think." Her voice was steady, but her hands were trembling. Zion stepped closer. "I swear, Ayman, it just happened." She let out a hollow laugh. "It just happened." The words tasted bitter in her mouth. The love she had built, the trust she had given, the future she had imagined, all of it shattered in the span of seconds. She wasn't naive. She wasn't stupid. And she wasn't about to let him stand there and lie to her. He had made his choice. And now, she had to make hers. Ayman stood still, her heart pounding so loudly it drowned out every other sound. She wanted to scream, to demand answers, But what was left to ask? The truth was right in front of her, wearing guilt like a second skin. The other woman shifted uncomfortably, her eyes darting toward Zion, waiting for him to fix the mess. But there was no fixing this. Who is she? Iman's voice was sharp now, no longer weak, no longer disbelieving. Zion ran a hand through his hair, his breathing uneven. She doesn't matter. Iman let out a short, bitter laugh. She doesn't matter. She looked at the woman, then back at him. She was in my bedroom, Zion. In my house. And she doesn't matter. He stepped forward, reaching for her, but she pulled back before his fingers could touch her skin. The thought of him made her sick. I messed up, Iman. I wasn't thinking. I made a mistake. His voice cracked, but she didn't care. A mistake. Her voice rose. A mistake is forgetting a birthday. A mistake is losing your keys. What you did, she pointed at the woman, who now had the decency to look ashamed, was a choice. Zion looked desperate now. I love you. You know I do. She shook her head. No. Love doesn't look like this. Love doesn't betray. Love doesn't sneak around and hope not to get caught. She swallowed hard, forcing herself to stay strong. Love doesn't turn into this. His eyes glistened, and for a second, he almost looked like the man she had once adored. But that man didn't exist. Maybe he never had. I was stupid, Iman, he whispered. I swear, it didn't mean anything. She clenched her jaw. It meant something to me. For 3 years, she had given him everything. Her trust, her time, her heart. And he had thrown it away like it was nothing. Like she was nothing. Her hands curled into fists. Get out. Zion's face twisted in panic. Iman, please. Get out. The woman hurried past her, mumbling a weak apology that Iman didn't acknowledge. Zion hesitated, looking at her like he was hoping for another chance. She gave him none. He walked out, and with a steady hand, she shut the door behind him. And just like that, it was over. Iman stood there, staring at the closed door, the silence pressing in around her. The weight of what had just happened settled on her chest, heavy and suffocating. She had loved him. She had trusted him. And in return, he had torn her heart apart without hesitation. Her legs felt weak, but she refused to crumble. She walked to the couch and sat down, numb. The apartment still smelled like dinner, the laughter from earlier lingering in the air like a cruel reminder of how quickly everything had changed. She had walked into the bathroom believing in love, and walked out knowing it had been a lie. Her phone buzzed. A message from Zion. I'm sorry. Please, just talk to me. She turned the phone face down. There was nothing left to say. Sorry wouldn't erase what he did. It wouldn't take away the image of another woman standing in her bedroom. It wouldn't rebuild the trust he had shattered. The first tear slipped down her cheek, then another. She let them fall, let herself feel the pain. But only for a moment. Then, she wiped them away. She wouldn't let this break her. The next morning, she woke up with swollen eyes but a clear mind. She blocked Zion's number, deleted their pictures, and removed every trace of him from her life. She didn't need reminders of someone who had treated her love like an option. She poured herself into work, into hobbies she had once neglected. She surrounded herself with people who truly cared. The pain didn't disappear overnight, but with each passing day, it lost its power over her. She learned that betrayal wasn't the end of love, it was just the end of a love that wasn't real. And real love, that was still out there, waiting for her. But until then, she had herself. And for now, that was enough.